We've got to make college more affordable for more young people. We can't put the middle class at a disadvantage. We can't price out folks who are trying to make sure that they not only succeed for themselves, but help the country succeed.
Now, of course, President Obama earlier today wrapping up a two-day, three-college tour focusing on the single subject of affordable college loans. Now, he spoke this afternoon to students, as you can see there, with all the Hawkeyes at the University of Iowa, part of his push to connect with youth voters, while trying to highlight his support for a bill that will keep the interest rate in our popular college loan at 3.4% for another year. And this helps about 7.5 million kids. Now, during his college tour, he also visited UNC Chapel Hill, University of Colorado. The whole idea, well, in addition to get that youth vote, it also took him all the way to late-night TV. Take a look.
What we said is simple. Now is not the time to make school more expensive for our young people.
Oh, yeah. You should listen to the president. Or as I like to call him, the Preezy of the United States.
All right, that on Jimmy Fallon last night. Pretty funny stuff. Now today, there was a big protest in New York City. The subject, also student loans, and Kim Lengel, she was there. She joins us live from Manhattan with more. Kim, set the scene for us.
Yeah, well, about 200 people showed up, and they all met this criteria. They had all graduated from college, some even graduate school, and they all say they have student debt. Now, imagine student debt in the six figures, $100,000, even $300,000. They say they're learning to live with it, and it's changed their lives. Wearing handcuffs and name tags showing their individual student loan debt, graduates assembled in Union Square to send a message that they can't afford to live under this debt any longer.
Education should be a right, should not be treated as a commodity. It should be free from K through 12 and on through the university system.
A massive amount of profit is being made off of our students' desire to educate themselves. That shouldn't be a source of profit, and that shouldn't be something that banks make interest off of.
The protest marks $1 trillion day. Occupy Wall Street protesters say today is the day that U.S. student debt reaches $1 trillion. Protesters here say it all adds up.
136,000. It's a lot. I try not to dwell.
Protester and unemployed attorney Kyle Wiswall says he owes more now than when he graduated law school. He says he stopped making payments.
It's just not worth the pain anymore. It's only $1 or 136,000 of them.
What about the people who have paid off their student loans?
The people, good for them. That's fantastic. And you know, most people here, I think, wish that they could be those people. This isn't a matter of getting something for free. You know, no one here is actively trying to undermine the system. Paying the debt means substandard living. It means making compromises on the standard of living that everyone in this country has worked so hard to get. It has now become detrimental to the actual economy. And forcing people to pay this or default is only going to make the situation worse. It's only going to drag the economy down with it.
Now, among the students we spoke to, they say the debt is not just hitting them in the wallet, it's also hitting their self-esteem. Many of them said that they've battled depression because of this, and some have said that even though they're not paying their debts now, they feel like they're on the other side of it. And this event was sponsored by an Occupy Wall Street affinity group, Occupy Student Debt, and Occupy Wall Street says they're going to have many more events similar to this and others in the spring and the summer. And we want to also remind our viewers at home that May 1st is going to be a very big general strike here in New York City. Occupy Wall Street is calling for a big event that day, and we're going to bring them all the details. In Union Square, back to you in the studio, Rich.
All right, Kim, thank you very much. We've got a bunch of comments on this. Now, forgetting the idea that education is going to be free. It's beyond college, beyond high school. We're going to be able to go on the arm for college. That's not going to happen. But politically, I think the Republicans did a pretty smart move in that while I never understood opposing extending this thing, they said, okay, we'll pay for it, but it's going to come out of basically healthcare mandate funding.
Votes Friday.
At least they put it back on the Democrats there. Did you like?
No, that's inside baseball. The
They said they'll pay for it.
The things that matter to voters is a decision made by the Bush administration and the Republican Congress, moved forward by Paul Ryan, Mike Long, and others, that says we're going to disinvest in higher education. That we're no longer going to do what we did for generations. When Mike and I in the 19th century were going to school, college was affordable, there were scholarships. Now that's different. Real human beings, middle-class human beings, cannot afford to go to school. The United States of America has an interest in keeping those people educated, keeping our workforce high. Under their theory, the rich get tax breaks, and the middle-class students trying to get an education are saddled with $136,000 worth of debt. That's the political issue that'll come back to bite them in the fall.
I'm willing to give up all tax breaks for everybody. Let's have a flat tax across America for all citizens. Let everyone have a stake in the game. Let's have not 47% of the people not paying any federal taxes whatsoever.
We're not going to have a tax debate right now.
Okay.
I want to talk about college affordability.
Which changes the subject, but you can't answer the question.
You're the one who said, you know, my team wants to only take care of the rich. That's just absolutely not true.
What are you going to do for kids, for students, higher education? Like,
well,
what's the plan?
You know, I watched the video as you did, you know, and what we don't have is a clear picture of some of the kids that are protesting out there. How many years have they been in college? Are they paying off a loan for 6 years?
Like, what does it matter?
Or 8 years?
What's the plan?
Well, the bottom line is if you hang out in college for 8 years, in fact, your bill is going to grow.
Because you paid a tuition. You were talking about your daughter at Syracuse, right? 50 grand.
50 grand a year. Cash. And they don't want to hear anything. And they want their money. You don't pay it. Your child is not registered for school. And the fact of the matter is, you know what's offensive about all this? For Romney, I think he made the comment a few weeks ago, to go before the cameras. Now, he's got a silver spoon. He's wealthy. Platinum. And for him to say, well, lower your expectations. Pick another college. Don't pick one so expensive.
You know what's sad, Dominic? You know, Mike Long had 9 children. 8 of them went to college and graduated. 8 of them, between myself, mostly them, worked their way through college and paid all the bills. 8 graduated college. 1 chose not to go to college. Nothing I could do to get him to go to college. The problem is everyone thinks we're on a free ride here in this country.
No, but
it's different though.
It's
different how much college costs now,
right,
compared to how much it used to.
Am I that? I know I'm getting a little older, but I'm not that old.
No, listen.
I know that.
You got years on me, but even from when I went to school to now,
I know that 8 of my kids went through and had big bills to pay.
The tuition at the school I went to,
the tuition $10,000 a year. It's 50 grand now.
No, I'm just saying the school that I went to, the tuition. And I graduated in '91. The tuition from when I went there to now has gone up. It's more than double. It's less than triple, but it's somewhere in the neighborhood of, you know, from about 15 grand to now closer to 45.
And Richard, what I said and what I opened with, many kids spend a lot of time in college, and I'm not knocking it because they make up their minds. They keep switching
there. The kids that are there for 4 years, you can't just work at the bookstore and make your nut anymore. Kids are getting priced out. And I'm not saying the world has to be fair, but for people to pretend here like this thing's going to take care of itself, I don't know what the answer is, but even freezing the loan
Here's
rate,
the answer,
that's
Richard.
not going to solve.
CUNY in the city of New York, where mayors have gone and gotten an education, it used to be free. How about that? Let's return. That's right. Let's return to a free education. How about that for an answer?
And how much is it now, CUNY?
CUNY, well, SUNY is about $17,000 a year. Okay. CUNY is roughly equivalent.
A little bit less.
A little less.
All right. When we come back, everybody, we're going to talk some politics like we haven't already. Congressman Icy says this administration, the most corrupt government in history. We're going to see, put that one to the test. We'll be right back with Real Politics after this.